Hey everybody, welcome back to That's Debatable Daily. My name is Levi Harris, and for this episode, Landon Newton, one of my oldest friends, is going to be joining us. Now, today we have a very important, I'll even say a world-changing, life-changing question.
Hit me.
All right. This is a superpower. This is a chaotic strength upgrade. So you have two options. Would you rather gain incredible strength, but only when you're sobbing uncontrollably? Or you're insanely strong, but every time you use it, you gain 2 pounds. So are we gaining 2 pounds or are we sobbing uncontrollably with our super strength? What are we choosing?
Oh my gosh. What?
All I can say is when I'm sobbing uncontrollably, the uncontrollable is a dangerous part if I have super strength.
Yeah.
Because sobbing uncontrollably, first of all, is hard to do.
Yeah.
And it's also like I lose my strength when I'm sobbing.
Yeah.
Which maybe is why I want it. Because I'll have super strength in those moments.
Not to make this get like too heavy too fast, but there are situations where when you really would seriously need superhuman strength,
yeah.
you might be sobbing uncontrollably.
Yeah.
So that at least it would be there sometimes when you need it. But also sometimes though, if it's like an emergency, there might be something crazy going on that you would cry about later, but like in the moment, I'm not like sobbing uncontrollably. I'm just freaked out.
Also, here's this one, Landon. It doesn't say you gain 2 pounds of fat. It just says you gain 2 pounds. You're 2 pounds heavier after you use it.
Oh.
It doesn't necessarily mean that you're fatter. Maybe it does. You're rolling those dice. But it could also mean that you just get more and more dense. So that someday you'll just be walking around at 500 pounds, but you still look like yourself.
Yeah.
That might be good for your super strength. You might need that anyway to be that dense.
Hold on.
You know what I mean?
Hold on. I think there is actually a tipping point here. I just realized this. There is like a point of no return
where you become a neutron star, a black hole.
because that's exactly it. Because by the time you reach 500 pounds, you need super strength to get up the stairs.
Yeah, it's true.
And you are going to have to and then by the time you weigh 1,000 pounds,
it scares me.
You are going to be perpetually getting more and more weight.
You're so heavy that you're like sinking into the ground wherever you are because you're 8,000 pounds.
Just to maintain your body, you get more and more dense. I think you become a neutron star.
Also, I was going to do some math. It would also take you using your super strength like 500 times to gain 1,000 pounds, which feels like that might happen in a year.
Yeah.
So it's like, are you just going to be 10 trillion pounds by the time you die?
Wait, 500 times? This is superhuman strength.
Yes.
Like
you might use it a couple times a day.
I need to be strong. Superhuman strength?
If you were gaining 2 pounds, you wouldn't use it every day. But if not, I think everybody would. You'd lift your car. Out of a like instead of just pulling it out, you're like, that takes too much time.
But if you knew
you're gaining 2 pounds,
the singularity was approaching.
you are about to become. You're going to assume all mass in the universe.
Yes,
eventually.
there is an eventual limit.
You know what's going to happen
to this?
What's going to happen is you eventually need to use your super strength just to survive, like your heart beating and pumping.
Yes.
So you'll keep gaining pounds. It'll hit exponentially, and the whole universe will end in like a month, maybe.
Yeah.
Or
because
like
it will just boom, 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 boom,
I'm going
boom.
with sobbing uncontrollably. I think I can handle that. I think the implications are
so
too
let's say though,
frightening.
If it was fat,
sure.
No.
It's even worse. I guess if you're like really good at working it off,
right? Or the thing is, it would be on demand, and it's like if I need to lift a car
to save someone's life, I will work
I don't
off
have.
the 2
I don't
pounds.
have to use it all the time. I can have it when I need it.
You can get rid of 2 pounds in a week with very sustainable health habits.
Yeah.
2 pounds is nothing.
Yeah.
But 2 pounds over the course of a couple of years not doing anything about it is going to be tough.
If you weren't,
if you
weren't committed
to do it than the become the end of the universe option to this thing.
You know what would be the worst thing about that is if you were trying to work it off, right?
Yeah.
And you got too into it, and there's just like a point where you're like benching. And you accidentally,
and it's just back.
You just do one more push and you go, oh.
Yeah, you'd have to be really good at controlling when you use the super strength.
Yeah.
Because if it was just kind of all the way on, you couldn't use any strength without gaining power.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the sobbing uncontrollably.
Really?
I think it's going to be tough, but I think I can find a way to get into a state where I'm sobbing uncontrollably, much in the way that like the Hulk learned how to kind of always be angry.
Okay.
It's tough, but it's not me gaining 2 pounds every time I use it.
Sobbing, though, you think you could get to a point where
it would take a while.
You can be sobbing uncontrollably, like on demand.
Yeah, because I think that when you act as an actor, I think you can tap into some real emotions when you do that.
Sure.
So I think you could get good enough to tap into real uncontrollable sobbing.
Yeah.
When you needed to. Again, both of these are kind of like rare uses.
Yeah.
And so if we're doing rare uses, I might go with the strong one.
Wait, strong.
The 2 pounds one.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The sobbing uncontrollably just seems like
It sounds
so
hilarious.
useful.
I will say.
And also,
Like-
but there's also this too. Is like I can start sobbing uncontrollably immediately. Whether I feel it or not doesn't matter. I'm doing the action of sobbing uncontrollably.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Interesting.
So does that count?
Yeah.
Because I am sobbing uncontrollably
I think.
in person. You know what I mean? Functionally, I am sobbing uncontrollably.
Right. I think I am inclined to pick the other one. I think I'm inclined to pick the pounds because most of my everyday life, I don't need superhuman
Right.
strength. Even if it was like the singularity one, I'm like, I just know I'm going to count down
to save the world someday if I need to.
Yes, that like I'm going to just plan on budgeting this 50 times in my whole life.
Right.
And I'll just be heavier, but hopefully not reach the point where I need to use
honestly,
superhuman
you just
strength.
really lock in fitness skills anyway, and 2 pounds is never going to make a huge difference.
Right.
It's going to be a little annoying every once in a while.
And then even if it was the fat one, I think, so I think I would pick that one. But that's interesting. It's interesting that you would pick the sobbing one.
Some people gain 2 pounds every time they lift something anyway. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes we're just in a place in our life where that's the deal. And all I'm saying is there's hope, whether you have super strength or not.
Mm-hmm.
We believe in you. I'm choosing
good.
sobbing uncontrollably.
That's so interesting. I'm picking the other one.
I want to hear what you guys think. Obviously, you're going to agree with some of what we said and disagree with the other things we said. We want to hear it. We want to talk to you. We want to chat about it. So please like and subscribe and comment everywhere because this is the real stuff, dude.
Yeah.
This is the real stuff we need to know about and to figure out. And we want you to join us tomorrow because we have another holiday coming, National Caramel or Caramel Day. And that's going to be the question. Which pronunciation is correct? Thanks, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.